Hello, everybody! Welcome to Level Up Academy. Welcome to our 50 Inspirational Connections. This is for Group 10 today, and I am graced with my dear sister Danielle, my one of my amazing ambassadors. Right tonight, today, tomorrow, whatever you are right now. Some of us are living in the future. We are presenting four amazing LinkedIn inspirational connections: Natasha, Jenny, Ambibola, and Tamrat. So let's go ahead and get started. And here we go with our start. Yes, did you see that? Those are amazing connections. And of course, Level Up Academy is bringing you amazing connections because that's what we do with our community. We make sure that you know who is in our community, who's doing some intentional actions. We want doers, we do not want talkers anymore, right? So that is why. So we're going to get right to it. But first things first, I want to make sure that you guys are aware that our 50 Inspirational Connections is also brought to you by all of the activities at Level Up Academy. We wanted to share also what we do. So I do press releases in all aspects of industry and also on all of these continents. We're talking Africa, Asia, North America, Latin America, Europe, Middle East, Russia, and CIS. So let me know if you have any product or services that is coming up for you that you need to have a press release. I also have premium magazines on top of my own magazine. Okay, so if you need anything, you let me know. For example, on this podcast, right, I'm looking for sponsors. If you want to be sponsored on my show, let me know so we can go ahead and provide your services and your products in my show. I have three shows, one live stream on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Sometimes, once in a while, I do Instagram as well. Live, I have about almost 80,000 subscribers there and 60,000 subscribers in YouTube currently. And so we're actually doing that live every single week on Wednesdays. Now, Thursdays and Sundays are TV shows. So on top of our YouTube, LinkedIn, and obviously our Facebook as well, we actually put you on Roku channel, right? Apple TV, Fire TV, you name it. We are on all kinds of distribution channels. We also have a podcast. If you wanted to be on podcast, that means MP3 only in 120 countries. We also have radio shows. So let me know where you want to show up and I got you. All right. So today, let's go ahead and start with my dear sister. Are you ready? I hope so. These are all 50 inspirational connections right here. Ta-da! Let me bring up my dear sister. How are you today, sister?
Good, sister. How are you?
Oh, tired for sure. It's always tiring trying to level up, right? For myself, I need a vacation, even just for the weekend. I think a spa vacation would be great.
Do it. Do
Right?
it.
It would be so great. Well, today, are you excited for today's 50 inspirational connections?
Yes. I can't wait.
Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and start with Natasha. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with her.
My name's Natasha, founder of Glacier, Glacier.ai, a program that will help people keep track of all their career achievements and goals all in one place. The reason why we opened up this business is because we went through our own challenges in our careers where we found it challenging to keep track of all of our achievements and goals that we have accomplished at our careers. Myself, I would keep notes on my desk or keep documents on my computer, but it was very hard for me to find all that information in one place. I feel like I was digging through emails or digging through documents and never had one place where I can go and see all of the work that I've done over a course of a time. And what this would do is help you get all of that information put into one place so that way it can prepare you to have the conversations for your yearly reviews, get you started to put a resume together for a new job that you're applying to, or get you to the next level of your career, whether that be a promotion or a raise. Will also allow you to create new resumes, update your current resumes, generate new cover letters, but ultimately being there to help you level up in your career. The reason why we want to advertise this to people is because we feel like people in all different kinds of work environments are experiencing the same pain points, and we feel like we can help people level up in their careers. Ultimately, this would help you keep track of all of your goals and have one place for you to find all of your information about your career and your next steps. We would also be suggesting new certifications that you could take, courses that you could be part of, and just help you keep track of everything that you have accomplished throughout your career.
Hmm,
Hey everyone, my
what do you think?
It was good. I actually had the honor of meeting Natasha in person. So we talked about this a little bit, and no, she's very inspiring. I love what she's doing, and I think it's a great idea. And what's more important is I really got to see her heart that day when we were in San Diego for the book signing with her mom, and just you could tell like how passionate she was, how excited she was, and I think that really makes a difference with your business and
Hmm.
what you're going to be doing. Um, yeah, when you love what you do, that love shines through with how you do it. And so for me, um, that soul-hearted mindset is what I see when I see Natasha. So I love that. I love her energy.
I love her energy. I love her mom, and she's very down to earth. She works for organizations also, right?
Hmm.
Doing something, and she basically told her mom, "It's like, I'm really good at what I do, but why not help not just corporations but people out there, right?" And so this actually
Yeah.
could revolutionize the way we keep track of our achievements
Right.
and our milestones, right? Because we like to collect things, including degrees, and
Yeah. Both of us.
right? So once you put it in one place, it's easier to almost like, hey, this is what I've accomplished a year for performance and things like that. For your work, it actually helps. So yeah, and I love that she. I think she's definitely inspirational. I love that she used the words level up,
Yeah, she did.
like level up, yes. So I love that. Let's go ahead and see another sister or brother. Who knows? Let's do with Tamrat. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and play.
Hello, my name is Tamrat. I am started my business to inspire and drive positive change, enabling individuals and organizations to achieve holistic transformation and reach their full potential. Growing up in Ethiopia, a country rich in history and culture, I developed a passion for creative problem solving and helping others from a young age. This passion, coupled with my experience in leadership role and deep understanding of community needs, fueled my desire to fill the market gap for capacity building and transformation consultancy. Because of what I am doing, the world will become a better place. My business allows me freedom to lead, innovative, align my work with my core values, ultimately creating a space where people can thrive in their lives and business can be transformed. My business is dedicated to empowering the community by providing tailored training, consultancy, research, and community service, both online and offline. I focus on helping individuals and organizations grow, become purpose driven, and achieve their goals. My initiative including raising mental health awareness, mentoring, enhancing training programs, and building capacity with the community. I create platform where people can share their stories, achievement, and building lasting legacy. I am also excited to launch a groundbreaking project that will allow every person on Earth to create a digital biography, preserving their stories and vision for future generations. This platform will inspire global transformation and ensure the everyone's legacy is remembered. Through hosting LinkedIn audio events, and fostering community engagement, I aim to create an environment where people wake up inspired and feel safe and end the day fulfilled by their work. My mission is to help individuals overcoming self-limiting belief, ignite their sacred dreams, and become a change agent in their own lives and communities. Together, we can create ripple effect of positive change that benefit humanity. My name is Tamrat. My small business venture is focused on elevating humanity. I invite you to invest in the vision by filling capacity gap and acting as invisible ladder for others who can uplift individuals and organizations to discover their why and achieve their fullest potential. Opportun- Opportunities knocking at your door. If you open If you open it, you give access for the dreamer to enter and live a fulfilled life. Until you close the door and exit from the room we all live in, and your legacy biography is written on your door. Well done. Let us yield the capacity of individuals in business to discover their why. Together, we can build a world where everyone has the opportunity to live a fulfilled life, leaving a lasting impact on our community and beyond. The power to make a difference is within us. And by working together, we can achieve greater things for the past, present, and future generation to come. Thank you.
What do you think?
I love that. I think what I heard was transformation, eliminating self limiting beliefs. I don't know if I'm saying that right, or he said it more eloquently than I did. But I love the rawness of what he's saying. You know, like this is how we can change. And so I love that because everybody's coming from this inspirational way. The way that they approach is very different. But he's talking about too. Another word that I heard was community, and so all of that outreach that you do and the love that you put again with the word love, I guess, put out there. It can be very transformative when you approach in that way. So
Yeah, he has audio rooms. He has created a platform for that. But what I like is that it actually kind of ties in with Natasha's like app. He's also trying to create a platform to kind of keep your things together. So I felt like they went hand in hand. What I did wish that he did is instead of reading it, like I wanted to feel a little bit more because I think he was nervous at the end. He had his hand gestures. I was loving that, honestly,
yeah,
because he was feeling the emotions of what he was reading in, and I
yeah.
was more connected to what he's doing. Tamra does partner up with Kim Lee. Also, they have an
Oh yeah.
audio together, and I like that he is going to keep going on community building, and that's why they are, inspirational connections. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, and this one, I believe is Abimbola.
Let's
Can you
go.
see her?
Yes.
Okay, so let's play.
In the words of Thomas Watson, to be successful, you have to put your heart in your business and your business in your heart. And that is all about passion. My passion has always been to help people and to make lives better than the way they met me. For this reason, I have succeeded in all the places I've worked at and any business that I ventured into, regardless of the challenges I faced on the way. My name is Abimbola Olani, a brand storyteller, a content writer, an event anchor, and a podcaster. Aside from my love for business, I also have passion for writing and creativity right from when I was still very small. Getting on LinkedIn, I found my path and I discovered my innate ability to tell stories. That was why I leaned into it to make greater impact in the lives of people with it. I remember how I made use of stories in the classrooms while I was still teaching to explain topics to students, and that got them engaged and made them to understand the subject matter clearly, which translated into their wonderful performances and good results at the end of every term. I've seen how powerful and effective storytelling is in connecting brands to their target audiences and how it has built relationship, trust, and driven engagement. That was why I started my brand storytelling and content writing business so as to help both personal and business brands to stand out, reach their target audiences, build relationship with their customers and increase their sales. I've been able to help individuals and business owners to tell their stories effectively by providing them with the knowledge of how to craft compelling narratives that will highlight their unique value propositions. I've also been able to impact my community through my bi-weekly audio rooms where we come together to talk about topics that border around the growth and success of both personal and business brands, and the results have been tremendous. The feedback, the testimonials have been really, really awesome. I have a series of courses that I'm putting together right now with a couple of people, and we're going to be having a major event during the course of this year or next year, which is going to be really, really awesome. It's going to impact so many lives, and I really am looking forward to it. Plans are on the way, preparations are being made. So when we get to that time, we will definitely let the world know about it. But it's going to be mind blowing. And with that being said, I intend to keep using my storytelling skills to impact lives, businesses, brands positively, bring life into brands and make them to make sales with it. Thank you so much for watching. My name once again is Abimbola Olaniyi, a brand storyteller, a content writer, an event anchor, and a podcaster. Thank you.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
She's really smart. I really love the way that she delivers. I think storytelling, in addition to the platforms that Natasa and Tamrat also, did I say his name right? I
Yeah,
want to say,
camera. Yeah.
okay, good. I want to make sure and honor him. That when you add that storytelling piece, you increase that visibility. And she was really good about saying who she was. Like you could tell that she is confident in herself and what she is saying, and it was consistent throughout. And so I really love that, and I could tell why she's part of the 50 is because through her storytelling, she's not just saying this is what I stand for. She's doing it in the community and not just herself, but collaborating with other people. So I love that. I love her message. I love the storytelling piece. It's a gift.
Yeah. And I love that she's also a fellow podcaster. So I haven't listened to her podcast. I don't know where she's at actually, because some people just focus on Spotify.
Yeah.
I focus on everything because
Yeah.
distribution is everything. Why go with one when you can do a 25, right?
Yeah.
So um, definitely want to mentor her on expanding her distribution if she's only in one, because her message is Like I got so excited when she's like, "Yeah, I'm working with someone. It's going to be this year or next year on something, life changing," and it's exciting, right? I get curious.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So, good luck to you, Abimbola, and hope that it will be a great year or rest of the year since we're already in September. Holy moly!
I
Um,
know. Gosh.
this recording will probably come out in October for sure. This is the last one. We have Jenny.
What's up, Jenny?
Can you see?
Yes.
Okay.
Gold. I live in Denver, Colorado. I'd like to thank Dr. Whelan nominating me for one of the 50 inspirational connections on LinkedIn. I'm not a doctor or a nurse, and I want to this information. I know that you guys know this information I'm going to present based on my own personal experience. Since contracting Lyme disease 45 years ago, my ability to do work I loved as well as every aspect of my life is slowly eroded due to the neurological, Lyme, and other conditions. Especially in the last 5 to 6 years, I've gone from using a cane, walker, and driving with hand controls in my car to being in a wheelchair to use people behind me full time. So I sincerely miss my full life. Autoimmune diseases can take out and taken almost everything away of my ability and that I took for granted. I also have found that I found myself dependent on others to take care of me, including the government, Medicare, and Medicaid. I'm grateful for. It's incredibly difficult to maintain my self-esteem and confidence. Being completely honest, I've always taken a personal interest in well-being of my clients. I was working. I have always wanted to continue looking for ways to help others succeed, especially those such as myself with autoimmune issues. I've never felt sorry for myself or even see myself as being sick, disabled, or handicapped. Rather, I see myself as having to be handicapable, the others being the same way too. To be fueled by genuine compassion and desire to live every day to its highest potential. My goal in life is to have kindness for others, and well, and will be with, and well, that will be the focus of my new podcast. Let's get real with Jenny Gold. Before I end on podcast, not podcast, we're talking about the reduce listeners that time. People are actually talking to me a lot about being real, so that's why my new podcast is called Getting Real with Jenny Gold. Um, my goal is to provide my goal is to provide adequate testing and no charge to people with Lyme disease. This would be carried out by known specialists and integrated practitioners who know how to properly treat Lyme disease and the other co-infections that go with it. I will seek grants and other funding to support those specialists to help as many people that are suffering with Lyme disease as possible. Lyme's an invisible pandemic, and they are often visible as too late. That's where they finally figure out what's going on with the people that have Lyme disease. It is cystinosis, Lyme disease, lupus, ALS, Alzheimer's, all forms of arthritis. All of these tests can be throw people into bankruptcy. That's why my goal is very important. Let's change this. My big thing is just let's change this. Thank you for helping me. Have a great day.
Ah. Oh man.
So Jenny Gold and I known each other for over a year now. Um, she's inspirational to me
Yeah.
because Lyme disease is a soul sucker.
Yeah. Uh,
And she's inspirational in so many ways that she fights for others, even though she's fighting for her life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, her strength is commendable. You, oh my gosh, like, and she's like, I've never felt sorry for myself. I've never seen myself this way. So for her to show that strength, and just still say, like, even though this is what I have, I want to help people, and this is how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it this way. So not, again, the doers, right? And she's doing it with her heart, and I love that her message: collaboration over competition every day.
That's
And
that's right. And that's the reason why I tell you I stalk these people because I believe in their mission, even if they don't know their mission yet, but they have a purpose. Because most people sometimes will have a purpose, but they don't know what their mission is, and they kind of just go every day. Some
right,
people know their mission, but they don't know their purpose, and so they pivot and change once they figure it out.
yeah,
Once you find the alignment, you're golden.
yeah. I think I would have to say that you definitely helped me with that too. um, like knowing, okay, this is what I'm about, but then someone guiding you, like, no, I think this, I've heard this message over and over, with you, and since the beginning, and guiding you in that way is a gift. So thank you. I mean, and I think this group was definitely the heart, you know, that
Yeah,
heart that
yeah.
just don't, they just don't say it. They're doing it every single day.
They're all doers, right? So
Agreed.
Natasha's doing an app to help people with their achievements to put it together so they have one place. That could be an impact and legacy.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Tamra is doing another one, right? And Abimbola is also doing another one. And Jenny is helping others who suffer not just from Lyme disease. I mean, that's already big enough. They don't have enough research for it. And she's speaking out for those who are in pain. That's
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah. It's probably very painful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she talked about in other diseases too that
Mm-hmm.
I've lost my grandma to Alzheimer's and cancer that spread from her lungs to her brain. And um, watching someone so strong like that deteriorate over time, um, here with the it hurts, you know? It's very painful. But when you just see the spark, um, ah, it's just like, it makes you remember how grateful we should be for life, and that we should be thankful for every day. And actually, I had a conversation with my husband earlier, Leo, and we were talking about that. You know, we don't talk about it much, but it's just like, oh, everything's gonna go, you know. And it is very painful sometimes, but it's like, you know what? We're still alive. We still have our faith. We still have each other, and it's gonna be okay, you know. And I think that's what we have to remember too, with all the stories, with, with the 50 inspirational, that we really don't know the struggles and the pains that people are going through. And that's why that empathy is so important, and the love is so important, because we still continue to push through these boundaries, and thrive beyond the limitations that this world sees. So I think I said it in Susanna's show this morning, a smile never hurt anybody, smile. Like,
Pray. Yeah. Well, the way I see it is when I pray, it's always thank you, God, for the ones that I don't have and do have. I don't have cancer anymore. I don't have so many health issues, even though I have one or two. Thank you for letting me breathe one more day
yeah.
so I can help. And those are the basics. Like think about Michelle, who lost everything in the fire. She lost everything in terms of materials, but she's grateful. She still has her daughter, and that is everything to her,
Mm,
right? You don't need fancy anything to live. right? The more materials you have, actually, the more crowded your mind. Like me, I'm surrounded with so much crap. I don't know. I think I'm having a hoarding. I'm a hoarder right now. Like, oh my gosh, materials, right? But
Yeah.
I'm slowly giving them away right now because I don't need it, but I want someone to have it and have a smile on their face.
Yeah.
I think when you have expectations and you get let down, it's because you expected too much.
Yeah, interesting that you said that. My husband and I, when we were on the way to his appointment, um, I'll have to show you all the videos, but the road to recovery, because he had the 3 strokes, has been very difficult. And we never thought, oh, 43 years old, he would be retiring. And we were talking about something similar to that, that we have had the highest of highs. We've had, I, that success where it's like, oh my gosh, in everything, right? But I'm not sure that we were actually really happy um, then, to be quite honest. During that time, we lost his mom and we were making a lot of money. And that's again to this point of it doesn't, money is just a tool for us to fuel good things. And so in these times of like need and these times of like growth and these times where you have so much, be thankful in everything
Mm-hmm.
because it,
Is not defined by
yeah,
financial gain. Success,
no,
our society somehow pinpoint and pigeonhole and box in that in
yeah,
order for you to be a successful person, you have to have a lot of money, you have to have a nice house, and you have to drive like nice cars, and that equates success.
it's
But
not.
a success to me is two things: happiness and peace of mind. You
Yeah,
can't buy those.
yeah,
Yeah.
really. And that's what's funny is we having those things and almost and on the brink of um pivoting now, or I guess everybody would say like losing material things. But I've never been so comforted in my life. I have sisters that love me. I know what my purpose and my mission and my vision is. And it is really just to lead with love and empathy and be aligned with people that believe that too. And so for us, my husband and I weirdly just looked at each other and was like, we're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You know? So I hope.
That's because you guys have accepted that to be happy is to be together and
Yeah,
have that peace of mind, right? You have 3 children, beautiful, healthy children,
sure.
right? And even though Leo is having health issues, he still have the ability to be here for his kids. That's something. Now he has Coco. I don't think he has Coco. You have Coco.
She is a vibe. I mean, what a blessing in a four-legged body. Like, um, yeah, she's brought peace with a lot of things. It's like, life is not that serious. Even, I love the education my kids receive, but at the same time, we don't know if we could maintain that. And yeah, but they, we will do our best to maintain it. Like, but at the same time, it's like we have to do what's best for our family, and that's generally where we are. Like, just being really grateful for the things that we have in life, because honestly, that a doctor a couple weeks ago told us that Leah might only have 10 years, and we have to enjoy every moment of that. And I want him to be happy, so that that means kind of slowing life down, and really focusing on what's really important with. And sometimes you lose your way when you're building your legacy, right? And we have to remember.
You do,
We have,
because you feel like you need to hurry up because opportunities are fleeting. But we actually put limits on that in our own mindset, right? Like, we need to hurry up because this is going to be done. Who said? I think
yeah,
our society has conditioned us to have a timeline. Like, imagine back in the, 200 years ago, no one ever talks about time. They just went on with their life. You're like, I think the sun is going to set soon based on, let me see, the wind is blowing east right now, like, right? So I sometimes I told my kids, I'm like, it's funny because I always tell Bella sometimes when I hear strangers, it's like, oh, what about your kids? I'm like, yeah, this is my baby, and she's taller than me, That's
They're like your sister.
I missed them when they were 5, and she gives me this nasty side eye. You're like,
Oh my
right?
god,
Yeah,
my
and
dog.
I was like, listen, the reason I missed those 5 is because you were so agreeable. Now you have a mind of your own, like a 30-year-old. You're not even 20. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. And my 20-year-old actually is funny because she moved out of the house, but she remembers who her mom is, and the goofiness that we do, and the wigs that I put on her when she was 5, that I put on. Like, I've always had wigs 20, 30 years ago. That's just who I am, right? It's the fun side of me that will never go away, and I'm not going to change for nobody. But I think our society tells us that in order for you to be a leader, you have to be competent and you have to be well kept. What does that mean? You can't have gray hair because then you're getting too old to do sales. You can't be too short because you
What
need
is too old?
CEO, right? You can't be a CEO if you're too short because you don't command the room. You need to be,
Ah,
certain gender, certain specific height, certain, ethnicity to command the room. You don't get respected in your community if you do this. So it's like, who actually made up this rule though? Who did? And we just follow it, right?
yeah, because you have two short women here,
Yeah,
both Filipina, both
we're loud.
CEOs,
We are
and
loud.
yeah, and we're strong, um, and we're to the wise that you cannot buy our loyalty
No,
and
not
our
our friendship
values.
either. It's not for sale.
Also our values are not for sale, and I think that people think that we could buy people's loyalty with money, and unfortunately there's people like us that just don't. So you
Yeah.
know I love authenticity, and my husband and I have always known, like, we would could be in a box and have not that much and still just be happy as ever, like, because we know that we have each other, and that's the real joy. I mean, I think we forget sometimes, like, oh, I gotta get my kids this, I gotta do this, I have to have this and after that.
You
I've
don't
had
need
all those things. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I've had these things. Okay, I'm a little bit bougie, so I'll be honest about that. But of course everybody likes nice things or to eat nice things, but you know, I think, have you heard that saying is like, it's almost like God is the closest to you when you're down. And
It's when you're down you actually realize the value of life.
yeah, it's like,
When you're high up there and you're like feels like you're untouchable, you just do crazy things because you think you can't. And then you get humbled,
oh
right? Because you're supposed to learn a lesson and you're not learning and you're not listening. So have faith. That's what I've been saying. It's you have to have faith because it's in the moment of distress, moment
yeah.
of adversity when you realize what you're made out of.
Oof, that's like, I think definitely a lot of the theme in the anthologies.
Hmm.
It is overcoming adversity and thriving in the gray zone, and moving beyond boxes, and now being like a rebel. And
I love that you name all of our books.
but honestly, it's an evolution of self, and
Yes.
it's
Yes.
revolution and reflection of our ancestor. I like to say, like, for me at least, it means that we carry our ancestors with us, right? I was running away from them for so long. It's like, oh my gosh, instead of like carrying them like a weight, why don't I carry them as strength? And
Mhm.
like, oh man, you know, the tenacity of my mother, the stubbornness of my grandmothers, the classiness, and when you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, they were rebels too. And their evolutions of the people that came before them, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not a new thing for me to do.
No, it's always been there. You just didn't know how to kind of label that, right? Like, I'm gonna
Mhm.
actually read like two paragraphs of my final submission.
Go.
It says, in life and business, not everyone who enters your circle comes with good intentions.
No.
I've encountered my fair share of individuals who, under the guise of friendship, tried to infiltrate my inner circle with the aim of using my resources for their own gain.
Mm.
These experiences taught me a valuable lesson: the importance of recognizing and letting go of people who don't deserve your time, mind, and heart. As a founder of Level Up Academy, I set out with a clear mission to empower and uplift those around me, helping them achieve their full potential. My intentions are always pure, driven by a desire to foster growth, collaboration, and innovation. However, not everyone shared this vision. So some saw my success and influence as an opportunities to exploit rather than something to contribute to.
That and I read your story actually in the wee hours of when it was released. And that is the funny thing about life. And it is sometimes the people that say that they love you that hurt the most when you find out that maybe they were not there for you the way that they had let on.
Mhm.
And that blow to the heart is just one mind boggling and two just like crushing.
Yeah, it's painful, but the way I see things now when it gives me pain is to turn that pain into purpose.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I was actually listening to this Instagram. I like motivational stuff, so I scroll Instagram, right? And I heard this lady saying, you know, in your life, you want to move up fast and you want to move up now. But you're like, why am I not moving up, God? What is going on? What is stopping me? Why am I feeling unblessed right now? Right?
Energy.
She said the reason for that's because you're surrounding yourself with people that God is not going to bless you with because they're not supposed to be part of your crew. God
Ooh,
has not blessed you to move up because he doesn't want you to keep those companies that you are keeping because
oof.
they're not ready yet. They need to have their own self-awareness and work. And so now I'm reflecting, wow, it took me so long and almost a year to recognize that I wasn't sustaining or growing because God has not blessed me fully in that full capacity yet. Of course, God has blessed me to breathe. My kids are healthy. My husband is healthy. But He
Yeah.
hasn't fully embraced blessing me all the way through, sustaining what I need or growing what I need, is because I was surrounding myself with someone who's not aware of their own strength yet. And God's like, nope, bless has to be blanketed, but you're not ready because you're hanging out with these crew right now and they're not ready.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
But
ooh.
when I let go, I grew quick. I mean, boom, Instagram, boom, YouTube, boom, TV show, boom. I mean, it was just, I'm like, whoa, okay, 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 like left
Yeah.
and right. And when you're, and then Oprah Winfrey said, and it makes sense, when you tell your friend your success, the moment your friend hems and haws like this, Danielle, oh my God, we have this much Instagram subscribers and this YouTube, knowing me. And Danielle would be like, wow, CJ, that's great. Or Danielle's like, huh, yeah, that's nice. Right? Oprah Winfrey says, as soon as your friend do not celebrate with you like that, they him and ha, get rid of them quickly because they're jealous. They're not there yet. They're not that work yet.
Come on. Did you
And
see
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, why did that take me so long to recognize? Now I know. So I'm watching.
that? Yeah, that's and I think both you and I are very big hearted people. Like I think we want to believe the words people say, you know? And unfortunately, a lot of people do not practice what they preach. And so, or they're not aligned with those, or maybe they don't even realize. I wouldn't say that they're bad people,
Yeah.
but maybe you're right that they're not fully seasoned yet. And I always tell Leo, I said, you know, I'm not sad about what I've done or how much I've given. I'm never going to regret giving my heart. Um, and that's that's just who I am. But, if it doesn't work out, then maybe God's trying to protect me from something. And we have to listen and we have to move with it. Whatever is for us is for us. And nobody can take away that blessing from God. And so to me, if God is moving me in a different direction, I follow. And if it so finds me at some place, then it does. But yeah, that's a hard lesson. It is a hard lesson that I have experienced too many times, especially since starting a business. It's almost as if, and this is the sad, not sad, I guess. It can be very lonely to be an entrepreneur.
Very.
And when you succeed, whatever that means to you, because it's different for everyone, okay? Because to some people, like for me, I succeed when I see someone that I have touched their lives in a way that they can fulfill their dreams and their mission. That makes me feel like I've succeeded, right? For some people, that might be an amount of money, but as you are succeeding like that, ooh, less and less people surround you. Let me just say.
You need to keep your circle smaller, actually.
Yeah.
Don't need so many people like that. You have circle, then you have inner circle, right?
Yeah.
So part of my chapter that I put out there is the power of positive energy. Think
Mhm.
about our friendship and our sisterhood. When you feel down, you call Susanna or myself, and we kind of bring each other up. Susanna's actually not here because she was busy networking today. But
Yeah.
positive energy is more than just a mindset, right? It's a
Yeah.
catalyst for action. It propels us forward so that we can overcome obstacles. We can attract like minded people and sisters like us who resonates with our goals and values. But to cultivate and maintain those positive energy in your life is something else. You need to be intentional. You need to have a clear goal and intentions, and you need to be authentic. We have people who claim, I'm authentic, but they're wishy-washy. And I do not like wishy-washy people, right? So how are we going to do that? How are we going to keep getting people to be authentic and be themselves? I don't know how to explain it to people. It's like when you let go of those limiting beliefs in your head, like if I say this, people are going to judge me. I was actually one of those people when I thought, oh man, I don't know if I can say I have ADHD because I'm sure my coworkers are going to watch this and they're going to be like, oh, she's just all over the place and she thinks she's so high
I'm
up there.
sure I'm all over the place
Yeah, and
sometimes.
she's like, oh, she thinks she's just hot stuff and all of this. I'm like, I don't ever think of myself like that, never. um what you see as a positive sometimes is a curse to me because my brain keeps going. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming.
Oh my
um
God, me too.
it's hard to shut it down, and it's not easy to be me, okay? It's because my brain just keeps going and going and going and go. I have like millions of notebooks. I'm writing things down and I'm trying to look for it. I'm like, I don't know which notebook I wrote it down, but it's somewhere in there, right?
Oh.
It- it's crazy how that affects your life, but people only see the outcome, they don't see the process. And it's the beauty of the process is where you learn about yourself and you learn about the people. When you go down and dirty of what it takes to do it, then you'll know. Some of these people, when they think, oh, we're just live streaming, right? And then they figure out when they go to live stream, they're like, whoa, how do I do this? And how do I
Yeah.
do? And someone told me, CJ, you make it look so good. I'm like, girl, that's why production is costing a lot of money because
Yeah.
there's so many aspects you don't know. You think you just show up and talk and there's no button to push. There is,
Right.
right? And you're like, oh, LinkedIn did this. LinkedIn didn't do anything. There are algorithms and things like that, but LinkedIn have so many rules. If you
Yeah.
don't, if you don't do it enough, then you don't know what rules you actually are engaging in, right? But if you do it enough, you know what not to do. So that's the beauty of experience. But people share misinformation, and I'm hearing it all the time on LinkedIn, and I'm cringing. I'm like, why are you saying this? And some of them are revered as subject matter experts. I'm like, when did that?
Where it's me.
Ah,
Oh, Smee. Yeah, and I won't open up the other Pandora's box of the
we
other
want.
we were talking about last week, but you know, yeah, authenticity, belonging, those are all things. And I think sometimes we have to get outside of ourselves to realize. But I think with you, Susanna, and I, it's like, oh, we don't have to tell each other, you know? Actually, we do tell each other. Maybe that's what it is this that honesty of, okay, even if I do this, that there's love, right? And not ever reaching a level of disrespect. Oof, that part, friends.
Remember, I told you there is I always say that there is a difference. We had an audio room about this
Yeah.
between disagreement and disrespectful, right? It's the same as feedback with manager. Today, I was talking to them about giving feedback. I said, if you're giving me feedback and I didn't ask for it, it's criticism. Also, there's a way to give feedback. I'm going to give you two. Okay, so I'm going to say, Rita, your presentation, slide 9, 10, 11, 12 sucked. Fix it. Or Rita, number 2, your slide number 9, 10, 11, and 12 was really great. The starting point was amazing. However, I think on slide 9 you could do this, and slide 10 you could do this, and 11 you need to add citations in there, and 12 was perfect. The tone, everything was great. And the next time that would really be smooth. Now, which feedback would you get? 1 or 2? Okay, I suck, but how am I going to fix it? Right? So when you provide feedback, you have to have the mindset of continuous improvement, because you want to people to learn, right, on how to do it right. But it's the way you communicate that makes a big difference, whether people stay in the process of being your employee or you're not employee. And I think a lot of employers forget that it's a two-way street. Yeah, you're paying me, but it's my choice to be here. At the end of the day, you need me. That's why I'm here.
People also, if you know, and I think this is what's great actually about social media now, like TikTok, is that now we are getting the real of what some people say. And if you've not heard this before, you hear like people don't leave because of the company, people leave because of bad managers.
It's true.
And that's really sad, because I think it's just this power dynamic that doesn't need to exist. And that's really sad. And over something, not something that became something that didn't need to be. I think that, um and again, going back to that, we have to get outside of them ourselves. And that's again going back to the 50 inspirational, like Natasha, that this is the time, when that happens, when you're not aligned, you realize you're not aligned with a manager or a leader, that you now have this platform that you can use and utilize to have all those accolades there, and then level yourself up with resume and cover letters. And so that's
But
where
it's
the
not just
art.
that, it's milestones that you do for the organization,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
If you made letters, if you made emails, if you
Yeah.
made structures, whatever that you made, it's now in that milestone app to prove that you're the original owner, because there's also a lot of copyright thieves out there, right? And claiming that it's their work when it isn't, and recording people when they didn't ask to be recorded. There's so many things on LinkedIn like that. So this app would be
Woo! Woo!
so revolutionizing. I cannot wait to see what Natasha have to put out there. But we do have to end this, sister. Thank you guys for watching YouTube for the feature. Congratulations, 50 inspirational connections, Tamra, Natasha, Abimbola, my sister, right, from another mister. I love talking to her about her podcast as well. And of course, Jenny Gold. Thank you so much. I know it's so hard for you to communicate. I know this took a lot of your energy to even do this. I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I love you. I care for you. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah.
And goodbye. Have a wonderful day, afternoon. Bye, guys.
Bye.